He sent one text at 11:40 at night. It was 13 words long. By morning, she'd unmatched him. And here's the strange part. It wasn't rude. It wasn't creepy. It was polite, thoughtful, and completely harmless. That's exactly why it killed everything. Because the mistakes that get men ghosted are almost never the obvious ones. They're the quiet ones. The ones that feel safe while they slowly drain the life out of a conversation. I went through hundreds of dead text conversations that men shared with me, conversations that started hot and ended in silence. And the same 5 mistakes showed up again and again like clockwork. So today, I'm ranking them from bad to fatal. Number 5 hurts you slowly. Number 1 ends things overnight. And 9 out of 10 men make it without ever realizing they made it. Stay for number 1, because once you see it, you will never send that text again. Before the ranking, you need one rule burned into your brain. Texting was never about information. It's about feeling. Every text you send either creates a feeling in her or it doesn't. That's the whole game. Most men treat texting like email. They deliver facts. They ask logistics. They report their day. And every one of those messages lands with the same emotional weight as a receipt. She doesn't reply late because she's busy. She replies late because your name on her screen stopped meaning a feeling and started meaning a task. The men who never get ghosted aren't better looking. Their texts are simply events, a little spark, a little game, something that interrupts her boring day instead of adding to it. Keep that rule in mind, because every mistake on this list breaks it in a different way. Some of them bore her, some of them crowd her, and the one at the top quietly hands her a reason to leave at the exact moment she was looking for a reason to stay. At number 5, the interview. How was your day? What do you do for work? Do you have any siblings? One question after another, like a form she has to fill out. You think you're showing interest. She feels like she's at a job interview at 9 at night. And there's a deeper problem. Questions keep you safe. As long as you're asking, you never have to risk an opinion, a tease, or a real move. She can feel that hiding. The interview isn't just boring. It's a man playing it safe. And safe never made anyone's heart beat faster. The problem isn't the questions themselves. It's that questions demand work and give nothing back. Every text from you costs her effort, and slowly answering you becomes a chore she puts off. And a chore she puts off is a conversation that dies. The fix is simple. Stop asking. Start playing swap questions for guesses. Instead of, "What do you do for fun?" try, "You look like the type who's secretly competitive at board games." Now she can laugh, deny it, fire back. You gave her a toy instead of a task. That's why this one is only number 5. It bores her, but it rarely kills alone. At number 4, the essay. She sends you 2 lines. You send back 12. Every thought explained, every joke followed by another one, every message a wall of text. Here's what she reads in all that effort. This man has nothing going on. The size of your text tells her the size of the space she takes up in your day. When your messages are 3 times longer than hers, she can feel you sitting there, composing, waiting, hoping. And that quiet desperation is heavier than any words in the message. And I know what you're thinking, but I just have a lot to say to her. That's fine. Say it on the date. Texting is the trailer. not the movie. If you give her the whole film in text form, there's nothing left to come see. Match her length roughly. She writes 2 lines, you write 1 or 2 back. Save the long stories for when you're face to face. A short, confident text says, I have a life, and you're a fun part of it. An essay says, you are my life. One of those is attractive, the other gets you ghosted. At number 3, we get serious. The instant reply. She texts, and within 40 seconds, every single time, day or night, there you are. Think about what that consistency tells her. It says, your phone is in your hand, waiting for her name to light it up. It says nothing in your day competes with her. And here's the brutal part. It kills the one thing that makes texting exciting, the wondering. When she knows exactly when you'll reply, there's nothing to feel between messages. No little question mark in her chest. You've made yourself a certainty, and certainty is the enemy of butterflies. One of the men whose conversations I read had a simple pattern. Every reply under a minute for 2 weeks. She went from paragraphs to sentences to words to gone. He never said anything wrong. He was just always there, and always there became invisible. This isn't about playing games or setting timers. It's about actually living. Reply. When you naturally pick up your phone, sometimes that's 2 minutes, sometimes 2 hours. Let your reply time simply be honest, and the little bit of unpredictability that comes with a real life will do more for attraction than any clever line. At number 2, almost fatal, the boring opener. Hey, what's up? Good morning. How did you sleep? The messages that say nothing, ask nothing interesting, and give her nothing to react to. Here's the math you're up against. An attractive woman gets dozens of these exact texts. Hey is not a message, it's a hand raised in a crowd of hands. When you open with nothing, you're asking her to do the creative work of making the conversation fun, and she simply won't. Not because she's cold, because she's tired. Your opener has one job. Create a feeling in the first line, a callback to a joke you shared, a playful accusation, a photo of something that reminded you of her with 2 words attached, anything that makes her exhale through her nose and start typing. If your opener could be sent to anyone, it will land like it was sent to no one. And at number 1, the fatal one, the panic double text. 9 out of 10 men have sent it. Here's how it happens. The conversation slows. Her replies get shorter. You feel her slipping, and something in your chest tightens. So, you send it. Hey, did I say something wrong? Or, you've been quiet lately? Everything okay? Or the worst one, the 11:40 at night, 13-word check-in from the story at the start of this video. And since you stayed, here's what those 13 words actually were. Hey, I feel like you've been a little distant lately. Is everything okay with us? Read it again. There's no insult in it. There's no red flag she could point to. There's just fear dressed up as Kirste. Arriving at the exact moment she was deciding how she felt about him, he answered the question for her. That text feels caring to you. To her, it's a confession. It says, I noticed the tiny shift in your energy because I am watching this conversation far too closely, and I am scared. In one message, you hand her all of your calm. And attraction cannot survive in a man who just showed her his panic over a slow reply. Here's what the man who doesn't get ghosted does instead. Nothing. He notices the slowdown, and he matches it. He goes quieter, too, puts his energy back into his own life and lets the space sit there completely unbothered. Most of the time, she comes back on her own, more curious than before. And if she doesn't, he lost nothing but a conversation that was already ending. The panic text never saves it. Calm sometimes does. So that's the ranking. Number 5, the interview. Number 4, the essay. Number 3, the instant reply. Number 2, the boring opener. And number 1, the panic double text. The quiet conversion killer that feels like kindness when you're sending it. And if you take one thing from this ranking, take this. Go read your last dead conversation. Don't read your words. Read your energy. You'll see exactly which of these 5 killed it, and I promise you it will sting because you'll realize she didn't ghost a message. She ghosted a feeling. Notice what every single one has in common. None of them are about saying the wrong thing. They're all about leaking the wrong energy. Neediness, emptiness, fear. Fix the energy, and the words fix themselves. You don't need scripts or perfect lines. You need a full life, a calm chest, and the discipline to let a quiet phone stay quiet. Do that, and your texts will start sounding like the man she hoped was on the other end. But here's the thing. Sometimes you do all of this right, and she still goes cold out of nowhere. No mistake, no warning, just silence. That's a completely different problem with a completely different fix. So, in the next video, I'm breaking down why she suddenly goes cold and exactly how to pull her back without chasing. Watch that one next.